Imagine waking up every morning in a different body, a different home, a different life, and yet still you inside. That's what happened to Thomas. He was 32, a quiet graphic designer living in Boston. Life wasn't exciting, but it was safe. Or so he thought. It all started on a regular Monday. He went to bed like always. But when he opened his eyes, he wasn't in his apartment. He wasn't even in his city. He was lying in a sunlit penthouse in New York. A sleek suit was laid out at the foot of the bed. He checked the mirror. A different face stared back at him. Someone taller, richer, someone he didn't recognize. Panicked, Thomas searched the apartment. ID cards, business cards, a name, Lucas Dean, hedge fund CEO. And yet, in his mind, he was still Thomas. He thought it was a dream, until he went to sleep that night, hoping to wake up from it. But instead, day 2. He opened his eyes in a rundown motel room in rural Texas. This time, he was a truck driver named Eddie. A photo on the nightstand showed Eddie with a family, kids he didn't recognize, a wife he'd never met. He looked in the mirror again. New face, new body, same soul. Day 3. He woke up as a woman, a school teacher in Chicago. Her name was Maria Torres. Thomas now lived her day, teaching, attending PTA meetings, tucking a child into bed. But inside, he was still Thomas. Every single morning, it changed. Sometimes rich, sometimes poor, old, young, man, woman, sick, healthy, criminal, copper. Once, he even woke up in a hospital bed, moments from death, and no matter what he did, at midnight, it would all fade, and the cycle would restart. He began keeping a journal. The only thing that traveled with him was his consciousness and his memories. He tried everything. Stayed awake for 72 hours, still changed. Took sleeping pills, prayed, begged. Nothing worked. And then one day, he woke up in a familiar room, his own, his old body, same Boston apartment. He screamed with relief, called his mom, went to his favorite coffee shop. Was it finally over? That night, he didn't sleep. He was afraid to, but exhaustion won. And when he woke up, it was day 39, and he was in a prison cell. This time, he wasn't Thomas. He was inmate number 45,291, convicted of a crime he didn't commit or didn't remember. He wept, he screamed, he begged, but nothing changed. Then it hit him. What if this wasn't a curse, but a test? Every life he lived taught him something. Empathy, courage, forgiveness, pain, love, loss. He started living differently, helping others in each life, being kinder, listening, understanding. On day 100, he woke up as Thomas again, and this time, it stayed. It's been a year now, same body, same life, but he's different. He volunteers, he listens. He no longer judges anyone by what they have, or don't have, because he lived 100 lives, and now, finally, he's living his own. Thomas thought it was finally over. After 100 days of waking up in strange lives, strange bodies, and strange realities, he had returned to his own name, his own home, his own reflection. It had been 3 months now, 3 normal months in Boston. Every morning he woke up as himself. No new names, no random faces, no more mystery. But the strange part? He started to miss it. Not the confusion, not the fear, but the perspective. In those 100 lives, he had seen people's pain, their quiet struggles, their dreams, their loneliness. Now, in his own life, everything felt muted. He had returned to his design job, the same coffee shop, the same bus route. But he wasn't the same. He noticed the man sleeping on the park bench and wondered, was I him once? He saw the exhausted cashier and thought, I know how this feels. He helped strangers without thinking twice, not for karma, not for praise, but because now he understood. One night, he sat on his rooftop, staring at the stars, and a question haunted him. Why was he chosen? Why him, of all people, to live 100 different lives? Then one night, something changed. He woke up. Same apartment, same clothes. But there was something odd. His mirror was fogged up. He hadn't showered yet, and on the glass, there were words, written in the steam. You're not done. His chest tightened. Not done. But it had been months. He had done good. He had changed. He had learned. He blinked, and the message vanished. That night he barely slept. When he finally did, he braced for the worst. But when he opened his eyes, he was still Thomas. Was it a hallucination? A final warning? A test? The next day, he quit his job. Not out of fear, but purpose. He didn't want to spend his life staring at pixels. He wanted to help people, because he'd been all of them. He started a blog, wrote about the lives he lived, without revealing too much. He volunteered at shelters, started a local support group for people who felt lost in their identity. And slowly, others came forward. Strangers wrote to him, "I felt this way too. Sometimes I dream of lives I've never lived. I thought I was crazy, until now." One message stood out. It read, "You made it through. Most don't. Thank you for telling our story." No name, no reply. Thomas sat there staring at that message for hours. Could there be others? Were there more like him? Lost souls traveling life to life, learning, watching, changing? He may never know, but he made peace with it. Because maybe the lesson wasn't about getting back to his life. It was about earning it, appreciating it, living it with full awareness, helping others do the same. Now, every morning, Thomas wakes up and feels grateful. Grateful for his name, his hands, his coffee mug, his breath, because he knows, somewhere out there, someone else might be waking up as someone new. But for him, he finally woke up as himself, and he's never taking that for granted again.